So you want to make $10,000 a month in your 20s. Look, I'm not going to tell you that you need to take cold showers or to start a dropshipping business. I'm sure you've heard these things time and time again before. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, step-by-step action plan that you'll be able to use to make $10,000 a month or even more in your 20s. And the reason I know this works is because that's exactly what I've done myself. If it's the first time we meet, my name is Fred, and I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit with my online business, only having to work a few hours a day really. The first thing I really want you to understand is that you need to be very careful of the people you spend time with, the people you let inside of your inner circle. I'm sure you've already heard the quote, "We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with." Well, let me tell you, it's absolutely true. Let's say you were obese, and your goal was to become very fit and run a marathon, or even compete in a bodybuilding contest. Now that sounds like a pretty cool goal, right? Now, what if you were surrounded by a bunch of obese people and all they eat is junk food and all they ever do is complain about people who enjoy exercising, they criticize their bodies? You're probably going to struggle to reach your fitness goals if you're constantly exposed to junk food and to people who try to put you down. Sure, just because your environment is the opposite of what you want to be doesn't mean you have to stay like them, or worse, that it's your destiny and you can't escape it for some reason. That'd be pretty damn sad, because that would mean if you're born in a low-income family or a poor family, then you'd have to stay low-income or poor your entire life, which simply isn't true. However, it does mean it will be much more difficult for you to get rich. That being said, you should never, ever use your external circumstances or the cards that life dealt you as an excuse to throw your hands up in the air and quit on your dreams. Because if I can assure you of one thing in this uncertain and unpredictable world, it's that no one will care about your own goals and dreams more than you. So if you won't care about them, who the hell will? By the way, if you want me to teach you how I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit with my online business, only having to work a few hours a day, that's not clickbait, I promise, I've made a free video that explains my 3-step process. It's the first link in the description or pinned comment. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team, and we'll see what's blocking you from making more money. You might even get the chance to join my premium mentorship program, where I'm gonna teach you my advanced strategies and hold you by the hand until your business is making $10,000 a month consistently or more. Link in the description. Now, there's a huge mistake I see plenty of beginners making when they first try to make money online. They can't stop jumping from one business model to the next. One day, they see a guy talking about how he got rich through dropshipping, and now they're convinced it's the best business model and that this is what they need to do. So what happens is that they try it for a week, then they realize that $200 isn't gonna be enough to run a profitable Facebook ads campaign, and so they just quit. And then they see another guy talking about affiliate marketing and they think, oh, this is it. I'm going to sell someone else's product and get rich. And then they jump into it head first, but they don't realize that unless they have a big audience already, which they don't have lol, then they're not going to be profitable. Look, if that's you, I honestly can't blame you, because I used to do the exact same thing. I would constantly jump from one business idea to the next, just like I used to constantly go from video to video, hoping that the next one would finally teach me the secret to making money online and getting rich as quickly as possible. It's not until I took the time to analyze every online business model by looking at the pros and the cons of each that I finally started making thousands of dollars per month, then per week, and then even per day. And most of it is profit, by the way. I know you're going to see these dropshipping gurus claim they've made $20,000 in a day, but you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. A lot of them struggle to get past 10% profit margins. When I'm earning $20,000, about 90% of it is pure profit. That's the beauty of selling digital products. They're high profit, easy to sell, and highly scalable. And the industry is booming. Most of the time, what's going to work the best is going to be the boring fundamentals. You want to stay away from trends unless you can clearly use them to your advantage within the business you're currently working on. For instance, if you sell a digital product around how to create a website for total noobs, and you see that online AI agencies are becoming super popular all of a sudden, don't quit your digital product business to open an AI agency. That's the most stupid move you can make. Think of it this way. Imagine you wanted to be a brain surgeon, and every single month you change what you want to do. Next month you want to be a cop. Next month you want to be a plumber. Next month you want to be an artist. Like at some point you have to pick something, otherwise you never studied long enough in that field to actually master it and get the pay that comes with being an expert. Now instead, you'd want to make content around how AI agency owners can make a website using your tool or your method or your course. That's how you use a trend the smart way and make a few money. It's not by changing your entire business model or the core of your strategy every time you hear a few people shouting that this new thing or this thing is going to create overnight millionaires. If you want to learn how I built a business that makes thousands of dollars a day while only working just a few hours, traveling the world constantly, I've made a free video breaking down my 3-step process, link in the description and pinned comment. You can also apply for a free call with me or my team to find what's holding you back from making more money and maybe even join my premium mentorship where I'm gonna hold you by the hand until you hit 10K per month consistently and beyond. If you want to make $10,000 a month in your 20s so you can unlock more freedom than most people will ever get to experience, one of the most important things you can do is prioritize investing in your financial education outside of school. Look, I'm sorry to say this, but school is literally just a slave factory. They don't care that you get paid well. They don't care that you find a career that genuinely fulfills you. All they care about is to take up as much money as they can from you. Usually it's gonna be between $20,000 on the low end all the way up to $300,000 on the high end. And all of that with zero guarantee you'll be able to land a stable job after. And even if you do get a job, you'll be spending most of your career repaying your creditors. What a life. And that's the dream that society's been selling you ever since you were a small kid. And if you dare to speak out against it and say that's a scam, you're told you're insane and you should just get a quote-unquote real job. I know that when you're in your 20s, you want to experience the best that life has to offer. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to have fun. And let's be honest, there's absolutely nothing wrong with any of these things, because that is what life is for, in my humble opinion. However, if you really want to become wealthy, you need to avoid the trap that most teens and young adults easily fall for, which is to spend money on things you can barely afford. So unless you can buy the latest iPhone you want 5 times without breaking a sweat, then the truth is you probably can't afford it. Always spending money on materialistic things you want right now will hold you back from investing that money into books, courses, masterminds, softwares, coaching, and tools to grow your business quicker. When you're rich, fine, go ahead and spoil yourself and the people that you love. But until you are, you need to be very careful with how you spend every single dollar. The other important lesson you need to learn ASAP if your goal is to make $10,000 a month in your 20s is that you need to follow the money. Wanting to make more money is great. It means you have goals. It means you're ambitious. But what's even better than just desperately wanting something is going out there and doing whatever it takes to get it. I want you to remember this quote carefully. Producers make money, consumers spend money. Now, to tell you the truth, you can't just be a producer or just be a consumer. Everybody, even exceptionally rich people, is a mix of both. However, you'll notice one common trend among every successful and rich person out there. They all produce far more than they consume. Growing up in the low middle class, I saw people having the wrong priorities all the time. I saw most people not caring about where their time went. They'd be fine with wasting time. These same people were also chasing money constantly, valuing money above time. So instead of spending hours browsing the web to find a 10% discount, how about you start an online business that will make you thousands of dollars a day in profit? Or at least 10K per month. Look, ever since I was a kid, I knew that was the path to freedom, not becoming a corporate slave. If you want me to teach you how I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit with my online business, only working a few hours a day, I've made a free video that explains my 3-step process. It's the link in the description or pinned comment. For a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team, and we'll see what's blocking you from making more money. You might even get the chance to join my premium mentorship program, where I'm gonna teach you my advanced strategies and hold you by the hand until you're making 10K per month with your business or more. Link in the description. Now, something you really need to understand, and this has taken me a long time to accept, believe me, is that you will need to be patient. Don't believe all these BS online about getting rich overnight or going from 0 to 100K in 3 months when you've never tried to start a business before, so you have no clue what you're doing. Getting to 10K a month might take you 3, to 24 months with the right business model. Like that's the average. But to be completely honest with you, most people will never even get there because they don't have the guts to stick to it when things get tough. They just give up far too easily. Look, you have to realize that the results you see today in your life don't come from today's efforts. They come from yesterday's. And what this also means is that right now you are building your future with your current actions. So unless your actions align with the sort of future you want, it's time to change the way you're doing things. I know that on social media, you're constantly bombarded by all these crazy overnight success stories. But real success stories sure as hell don't happen overnight. It takes time. Some get there faster than others, sure. But what matters is that you focus on your own journey because you're living life through your own eyes, not someone else's. I mean, one of the best things I did for my productivity and also for my mental health was just to stop giving a damn what the competition was doing, and I also stopped comparing my daily life to other people's highlights on social media. Michael Jordan doesn't worry about what the competition's eating, how they're training, what they're thinking, what they're doing. Instead of competing with other people, he focuses on himself and he becomes great at what he's doing, and then it's other people who compete with him. Other people obsess over what he's eating, what position he's sleeping in, what's his toothpaste. That's how you win, by blocking out all noise, all distractions. Now, if you want me to teach you how I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit with my online business, working only a few hours a day, I've made a free video for you that explains my 3-step process. It's the link in the description or pinned comment. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team, and we'll see what's blocking you from making more money. You might even get the chance to join my premium mentorship program, where I'm going to teach you my advanced strategies and hold you by the hand until you're making $10,000 a month consistently with your business. The link is in the description below. And with that said, I'll see you on the other side.